Hello, everyone. How are you? Welcome to your weekly intuitive Reiki healing. This is going to be for December 11th through the 17th. For those of you who have not checked out last week's weekly, this was an incredibly powerful one. And I would highly recommend checking that out. Guys, the comments that you left, the support that you were just giving to the collective yourself, like this is what we need to be doing. We need to be really sinking into that unity more and more and more. And just embracing that idea that no, we are not alone. So I love, love, love all of your comments. They have just been so, so beautiful. And I can feel very strongly that so many of you are not only doing really beautiful individual internal work for this final dismantle that is 2023 and how we're going to close off that cycle, but also that you're really, even on a subconscious level, tapping into others. So I won't keep going. It's beautiful. If you guys are new, welcome. I want to start my video by saying, please do like the video if it resonates with you. Please share with someone who you think that it would support. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Really moving these through the algorithm are creating, even in our tiny little way, a really beautiful, what's the word I'm trying to say, contribution to this mass spiritual awakening that is really, it's been happening for quite some time, slowly, gradually. It started to really present itself clearly last week. And I'm telling you guys, 2024, that's what it's going to be all about. It's going to be all about that. And it's just so beautiful. So thank you for supporting. Okay, now the way that this works, if you haven't tuned into one of my weeklies before, is that I pull 3 tarot cards and it sets the tone for the healing. And then I give about a 10-minute or so energy healing, and intuitive messages come up in the process. Now, if you're new to Reiki or any sort of energy work, welcome. Reiki is a harmonious energy healing modality that will never cause harm. It will never deplete the giver or the receiver. It has everything to do with your willingness to just be open to collaborating with it and receiving what you can and what you're ready to receive. All right, but it has nothing to do with my energy. And it's so powerful that we can do it from a distance. And so virtual is just really awesome, especially if it's pre-recorded like this, because you can repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. So play it as many times as you need this healing, because you guys deserve it, okay? What else do I need to say? As usual, lots of energies stirring about right now. We're coming up on our new moon in Sagittarius, which I think is going to be a really powerful one. And I'm going to keep going back on the themes of the previous weeklies of what choice are you going to make, okay? If you choose to live in fear, this new moon might be a little more challenging for you. And if you choose to live in love and really open your perception and kind of observe everything from your eagle's perch, it might be a really beautiful one for you, okay? We also have Mercury going into retrograde on the 13th. Lucky us. And so many people really, I don't know, I can talk for hours and hours about how people have really made spirituality too trendy and kind of put fear on certain things. So people are always like, oh, Mercury retrograde. It can be challenging, absolutely. But I want you guys to really embrace the fact that having that right at the end of the year, and it's going until New Year's, Mercury retrograde is all about review. It's all about going back and reviewing. What a perfect time of year to do that. And to really go, okay, how's this last year been going? And I'll say even more with the astrology, ask yourself, how have the last 4 years been for you? Because there is a massive closing off of a cycle going on right now. And come mid-January, it really feels like kind of this new dawn energy, new beginning energy. And then, oh guys, 2024 is going to be fast. I'm not saying it's going to be light and easy, but it's going to be very, very different from these previous years. And I know I'm talking a lot about it this time. It's just there's so much going on. I want to also remind you guys that I'm going to be starting to do energy check-in chats with Cairo Moon. If you haven't seen the latest podcast episode with her, it's very helpful in terms of tapping into your intuition and your own abilities. But we've decided we want to do a solstice and equinox quarterly check-in. She's going to come in with a lot of her psychic mediumship and intuitive abilities. I'm going to come in with my intuitive abilities and also my nerdiness in astrology. And we're just going to kind of talk about how things are affecting the collective. So do tune into those, okay? That'll be coming out pretty soon for this winter solstice. Okay, I'm done. So we're going to pull 3 cards for the collective. This again is for December 11th to the 17th. For the collective, please, 3 cards to set the tone for this healing. For the collective. I was feeling quite fatigued this morning, and now all of a sudden I'm feeling very buzzed as I'm tapping in with you guys. Whew. We'll see what that's about. No cards yet. Ooh, 2. 3rd card, please. That's a lot. 3 cards, please. Yep, this one really wants to come out. Okay. So I like to pull from the Shadowscapes Tarot. It's one of my absolute favorites. Wow. Holy smokes, guys. Okay, we got the Wheel of Fortune. Let me not show that glare. We've got the 7 of Pentacles. I'm already getting huge patience energy off of that one. I know. Aren't you so sick of me saying be patient? And we've got the 9 of Cups. Isn't that a beautiful card? Wow. Okay, before I start spewing out messages, let's just get ready for a healing. So if you haven't experienced Reiki before, you don't have to work, okay? Oh, I'm so sorry if I hit the microphone. You don't have to work. It's just about being willing. So just take a breath into your body. You can sit, you can lie down, but I just encourage you to really just take a moment to become present with yourself and your body specifically. I know it's really fun to be up in the ether, but really tapping into our vessel is so important because it's really going to speak to us, okay? We're going to take a moment and thank the Reiki for all the healing that's about to take place for the collective. Now, I think I said this last week, where sometimes we don't have continuations from the previous week, but it really felt like the past 2 to 3 weeklies have been a really nice continuation, which makes sense because more than ever, we really are one in this collective energy, and so many more of us are embracing the fact that even though we have our own individual journeys, that we can really go, wow, I'm experiencing something really similar, even though on the external it might look really different, right? Energetically and how it feels in our biology, very similar. So I say this because we got the Wheel of Fortune, and we got that last week, I believe. And I'm getting a similar message in terms of the fact that a lot of us are fulfilling karmic debts right now, which is like, oh my gosh, to have that many people really releasing karma. I'm going to bring back this 4-year cycle, not just last year. I mean, let's think about 4 years ago, right? It was when we first started to hear about COVID, I think a lot of us were making a lot of really big life decisions, possibly very quickly. Some of us were in survival mode at the time. And I feel this energy of the past 4 years, those who have really put the work into themselves and given themselves the permission to really see themselves, see the shadow, work through the shadow, love the self, love the inner child, go through these peaks and valleys, right? It's been a hard 4 years. I am feeling an immense karmic debt fulfillment, and it feels really good. Now, it doesn't mean arrival, completion, right? And I really want to be clear with that, because anytime that we think too linearly, and that's really hard for us humans not to do, right? We live in the 3D. But when we think too linear in terms of, I need to arrive to this point, or I need to up level to this, great, okay, now I need to up level to this. When we feel, a valley, in that peak and valley, I call it riding the Buddha wave. When you're down in the wave, it almost feels like we've regressed, right? And we need to instead just embrace the fact that life will always bring us those waves. And it's a matter of our own internal approach and the tools that we have, and our ability to love ourselves, that will help us to reframe and shift the perspective of, oh, everything's just crumbling right now, to there's another little challenge that I can choose to view as the end of the world or a failure. Or I can choose to go, oh, there's another one. Life is not about up to the next level each time. And with that, I'm getting this really big message of find the present moment, guys. So I think a lot of us are living in the future right now. We're trying to dream of new things. A lot of us are creating, just like creating huge new paths, huge like career shifts. Some of you are leaving like the corporate 9 to 5 and starting your own business. Some of you are deciding to really simplify life, and you're like, I don't want to live the material type of life anymore. I want to be simple, and I'm going to completely uproot and kind of change that. I saw 1313 as I said that. If that means anything to you guys, feel free to look it up if you felt a little hit in your body. But anyway, lots of big life changes. And so because of that, because obviously dream, strategically plan, do your stuff. But if you start to feel as if you're getting into kind of like the almost ruminating, dare I say, like obsessive energy of like, okay, more to plan. How can I do that? How can I do that? You're not living in the now and enjoying this time, even though you really want to be over there. I completely understand. Can you just sit in, okay, but now let me sit in gratitude for the now and for what I have. Let me sit in gratitude for, the roof over my head currently, and the meal that I just had, and the loved ones who are here to support me, and the soul tribe I might have, and the job that I have, XYZ, whatever. Feel it in your body and come to stillness, okay, guys? Because I said I was getting this patience energy off of the Seven of Pentacles. And when I see this card, she's put so much work into this crop, right? And she's really thinking like, should I pick that fruit yet? Should I let it, get its nutrients a little bit more? Maybe it'll be even better if I pick it in another day or two, right? So the energy I feel off of that is like just come into the present moment. Don't think about the arrival. Think about where you are right now. Also, trying not to make decisions from an impulsive place and from a desperate place. And when I say desperate, that could mean a million different things, right? But I think generally speaking, it's it's kind of this desperation of, I just want something better, or I want something more peaceful, and enough is enough. It's been a hard year or a hard 4 years, right? Take the rest of this year to really become still, to review, to really take the time to look at the big picture. What do you want to leave behind? Like, truly, what do you want to leave behind? Because this is the time. This is the absolute time to do it, okay? Because with this Nine of Cups, I'm getting this really beautiful, like, self-love energy, this independent is not quite the right word, but just, this ability of like, I'm in my authenticity, or like, I think some of you are going to come to the realization of like, I don't need all of that stuff to be happy, because I've done so much work that I'm finding my peacefulness in my home, which is my vessel. Home is where I am, you know? As always, you all have different paths that you're on right now. But that's what I'm seeing, is this beautiful, beautiful outcome of really being in the now, and of really just being here with yourself. And if you have a hard time becoming still and being with yourself, then there's something more to be released for the end of the year, okay? If that's uncomfortable for you to be still with yourself, that's something to look at. Lean into it. Lean into it, okay? If you resist it, it will be more of a struggle. It'll take longer. It might be something that you're bringing into the next year still, okay? And we're only going to do what we're ready to do. So also don't force anything, all right? I haven't even tapped in with your chakras. Let's see what's going on, guys. So much energy. I'm feeling a lot of heart energy already. Yeah. I mean, it's really beautiful, guys. I'm feeling tons of heart and a little bit of throat. And, even from your comments from last week, I'm getting a lot of sense of, I think I'm finally ready to XYZ. I'm finally ready to move or change jobs or welcome in a relationship or be kind to myself. I'm finally ready. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So stay open in that heart space, right? Like I said, it's about living from that heart center and not those lower chakras, with the root chakra specifically, with our fear, stability, security, the what ifs. I'll bring back my thought process around manifesting this future. Don't worry about the hows. Don't get too bogged down into the details of it. Really just see the life that you want and meditate on feeling it in your body. And then you need to step away. Okay? You need to step away and just have trust and faith that it will come to you when you're really ready for it. But if you try to control it, it's another resistance. It's going to slow things down. So be patient, because you guys have put in so much amazing work already. And sometimes right when you're at that, tipping point, you might give up. Okay? The last message I'm going to give, which has been a really big theme with my clients lately and just generally, is that with these big life changes, the minute you make the decision of I'm going to do that and you feel that in your body and you're like, wow, that feels amazing. Understandably, we're in the future and we're like, okay, I want to get there. 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 And as we're in that almost energetic transition, it's very normal for a few extra challenges to come back in right at the end. And it's almost kind of like a spiritual test to really, present that stillness within you again, that trust. So if you're experiencing that where you're like, oh, I'm so close, and then here come these challenges, don't take it as I'm going in the wrong direction. Take it as here is life. When we break down the old, it is not going to be pretty. Okay? It won't necessarily be a smooth transition, especially if we're trying to make some transitions as big as some of you are. I mean, some of you are doing big things. If you're willing to share, let us know in the comments, because I know of so many people who are doing career changes, big family changes, moves. Some people are literally like upping from their home and totally shifting their lifestyle. So keep asking yourself, how does it feel in your heart? Okay? Because the heart chakra feels really good right now. And with it kind of being in that like high heart into throat, which is where I feel it the most, that's a really beautiful place for us to meditate on and kind of tap in with our higher self, because it's a combination of not only our love center, okay, but our truth center, how we express ourselves. All right. Yeah, the channelings are coming in so fast, guys. So I hope all this makes sense. But to sum up, karmic debts being really fulfilled, having patience in the work that you've already done, understanding that even if you haven't arrived yet, the work that you've done has been so important. And if you continue to tap into your self-love and stillness in the present moment with yourself, you can just drop in. It should take 5 to 10 seconds, okay? When you continue to practice it, find your breath, find your body. Let the mind just step to the side for a second and just say, here I am right now. Do some mindfulness. See what's around you. It can make such a difference, okay? Wowza. Let's stick with this love energy, okay? We're going to take a final breath in together. We're going to breathe in a really relaxed way in through the nose. And when we hold at the top, we're going to feel a green light coming down into our center. And it's going to fill up our body and fill up every single cell. And really allow yourself to relax into that and feel it vibrating and growing stronger, okay? I'm going to guide you through. So get all your air out. And here we go. Inhale through the nose. Hold at the top, feel the green coming in. It's vibrating, it's hitting every single square inch of the body. And we're really going to be radiating love, love, love for self, for others, and just generally. We are love. And we're going to exhale, pushing out what no longer serves us. Yeah, we are love. I always get like a pretty clear message that comes in as we're holding the breath, and spirit and the universe always just does a great job of giving us a concise one at the end. So we are love. All right, guys, be patient with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. We're going to take a moment, lock your energy up nice and tight into your solar plexus. As I always say, this isn't armor. We aren't guarding or blocking. We're surrounding ourselves with a protective and flexible bubble. We have free will to let in whatever we like, but we're going to kindly ask that what does not serve us to stay out. Beautiful, guys. I saw 2444. To me, 444 is always a really nice message that our angels and guides are with us, that support is all around us. All right. Guys, I hope you found this healing supportive. Please let me know in the comments how you're doing. Continue to support each other. All right. Happy new moon. Happy start of Mercury retrograde. Nourish yourself. Okay. Holidays can be such a hectic time, but they don't have to be. Be really kind to your body. Take it a step at a time. Recharge when you can. Give yourself all that medicine of grounding when you can, okay? So that you can be ready for 2024 in a really beautiful and clear way, okay? Like I was saying before, please like the video, share, subscribe, okay? And thank you so much to those of you who've been sending donations. The links for that are all down below if you found this supportive and you'd like to give. I really appreciate it for my time and resource and effort. And what else? All the other information about the work that I do one-on-one is down below, from one-on-one healing containers, coaching, all sorts of things, to Reiki. Okay, my email address is there as well if you have any questions at all. All right, guys, I love you so much, and I will see you next time.